Down to 3 viewers. Oh dear God, that was huge.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and
Yeah. I should point out, Brian's talking about his face. Sorry, love, I unmuted the microphone and the first thing people heard was, "Oh my God, I'm huge." Anyway, boys and
Not a
girls,
lie. It's not untrue. I mean,
this is Brian. We can finally see him. However, it does mean that the video shit's going to be even crappier than usual. With us also is Dr. Sinister.
I'm very, very angry this week.
Oh, why? Why? Hang on. Yes, why?
Yet again,
Yes.
I have been snubbed in the New Year's honours list.
Right. Okay. What were you expecting, and for services to what?
King, obviously.
Right. Of course. Yes. Stupid of me.
Services to humanity.
Yeah, the whole services to humanity thing. I mean, I can understand it. Who else is going to do biological and genetical engineering on dinosaurs? But yeah, you haven't got it simply because your research currently, they can't see any military use for it.
It's just absolutely frustrating. You do your best, you work your arse off all year round, and you get snubbed every single year.
I think that's
It's just
disgusting.
not good enough. I'm not paying the right people, obviously,
No, you're not. Have you tried threatening them?
all the time.
You need to get Derek on
clearly
it.
I am paying the right people off, so I'm just saying.
Obviously.
Well, yes. You still have legs, yes? Though I do believe there's an
Maybe.
invoice for our Mr. D. Bringer here at the Freelance Peacekeeping Agency that still needs paying.
Yeah, about that. It's in the mail.
Is it really, love? Hello, Sister Christian. And hello, everyone else. Say hello in stream. Come on, guys. Say hello. Let's see who's here.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, God. Christian's not happy about this. It's ridiculous. Sinister has no respect.
Respect for what?
I think he meant no, you don't get any respect from other people,
Oh, right.
but
Sorry.
we know you don't actually have any respect.
Well, no, it's quite true. I just wanted some clarification.
Righty ho. Hello, Benny Boy 1971. That was a year. There was no Doctor Who annual for that year.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah.
Year I was born. Cloned.
Well, loomed. Yeah. So, hello. I'm Siobhan, by the way. I forgot to say hello myself. So, tonight we're going to be looking at the War Master box set, Anti-Genesis, which is new from Big Finish. We're going to go through our hopes for the new series of Doctor Who, which starts in a couple of days. And I got something else I want to try out and just see. We'll see. So anyway, yes, how are your Christmases? Do tell.
Well, I failed in my plot to destroy the world again.
That's interesting. Your lines of work dovetail beautifully.
Well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I want to rule the world, so how dare you try and destroy what I want to control?
Well, you know,
Dear.
I'll put it back together once I'm done with it.
Do we need another evil off?
Oh, another evil off. Considering what happened last time.
Well, it was a draw.
It was a draw between El Presidente and Dr. Sinister.
But you don't hear much from him anymore. Just saying.
Well, you got to listen to the Staggering Stories podcast.
No one does that.
Do you know, I think they actually do have listeners.
Damn it.
I know. It amazes me. I mean, after I left, well, it just went downhill so terribly. No, it didn't. Right, so, and now from the world of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's really fucked up graphics. Here we go again. You ready? Go to the library. And then we do this bit. There is a good chance we won't have the closing bit. I'm going to be honest with you.
Did I make that one?
Yeah, love.
Really?
Yeah, I did the music. You did the.
No. It's quite nice.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, all the graphics were done by you. I've got loads of others I can use. I was hoping we get at some stage. Well, we can start off by deciding exactly who we're going to. What terrible things have happened to you this week, Brian?
Well, they made me work.
Oh, it's a dreadful thing.
I know.
Terrible.
Sons
Yes.
of bitches.
Yeah.
They expect me to go in and get paid. So I mean, there's that. And then I had failed at destroying the world yet again.
Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, we all know who to blame for this, of course.
The Mayans.
No, Madge Arwell.
Oh, it's always Madge Arwell.
It's Madge Arwell, yeah.
Do you know, I accidentally caught that episode on some, I don't know, Sky Channel of the day. I've sworn to never watch that episode again. In fact, I've got the DVD, but I've never opened it. It's still in the cellophane. I found my wife was watching that episode, and I had to leave the room.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Yeah, a bit rough.
Such a disappointment after the previous Christmas special. I've vowed to never watch it again.
Pity the fool, quite frankly, who watches it. Pity the fool. So anyway, yes, Doctor Who and the War Master Antigenesis. That's what we've been listening to this week. All of us have listened to it except for half an hour that Brian, for some reason, has decided he can't be asked with.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the end.
It's the last half hour. So we are going to have to spoil it for you, aren't we?
I didn't listen to the musical cues at in the extra disc, but if that's what you mean. But I did listen to the story.
Oh, I think we've shocked Zister Christian.
Oh dear.
Yes, he's
no.
cursing. He's cursing out Madge Arwell. Damn straight. Damn
Blame
straight,
her.
Christian. Yeah, the musical cues. Actually, I didn't listen to that either. Right. You don't really need to know anything about the War Master before this set, which hopefully will have proved with this.
Yes.
Um,
I hadn't listened to any of the War Master's previous box sets. The only thing I know about the War Master is obviously the appearance in the show.
righty-ho. And this is Derek Jacobi's War Master. When Big Finish is liberated from Utopia. And he's had a run, sort of series of box sets now. The one great shame is they never got him and John Hurt as the War Doctor. They just didn't have the time to do it, which is sad. That would have been magnificent to listen to, hear those two going off at each other. But anyway, the War Master here, he's playing a long game. He's after
Monopoly.
something. Monopoly, basically.
It's a long game.
Yet again, it involves him getting killed. Just doesn't. But he's planted. He's put a plant in the Celestial Intervention Agency. Krassel, I think his name is. And he hangs around Coordinator Narvin. I want to call him Vansel. Dear me. And just to push things in the right direction so that the War Master can be revived using some space magic thing. And
Dragon Venom.
Dragon Venom, that was it, yes. And he goes off, because he had to get onto Gallifrey somehow. There's no other way he could get in, except dead. Fair enough. And
But he gets better.
He does get better in true X-Men tradition. Anyway,
Was he turned into a newt?
I don't know, not a slugging
I believe
thing.
he was atomized.
Oh dear. Okay, if you say so. So anyway, this is the good bit. All right, he's there to get the antigenesis codes. Now then, guys, I may not have been paying attention when this was being played. Did either of you actually hear an explanation of what exactly the antigenesis codes were?
Well,
I
it's
believe
weird.
they're codes that are a giant MacGuffin.
The implication appeared to be when he acquired the codes that he couldn't die.
Why would that be antigenesis?
He basically seemed to imply that he couldn't be killed having acquired the codes, but I didn't understand really what was going on there.
Part of me thought they possibly unlocked that period. They unlocked that period of Scaro's history so he could travel there, and also gave him a heads up. For example, when particular shells were going to land and where. But I honestly don't think. Hello, Nessie exec. I don't think that an actual explanation was given in the set. Am I right or wrong?
There wasn't.
Not really.
No.
It wasn't.
It's a lot like Darkseid's anti-life equation. You're always chasing it. You never know what the hell it does.
You see, this puzzles me. That's unusual for Big Finish, to leave something dangling like that.
I don't think it affected the story, though.
No, but it's bugged me ever since. What exactly were they? How did they enable the Master to get to Skaro, because this is what he's after, at the time of the creation of the Daleks, or rather just before the creation of the Daleks, before a certain shell hit a laboratory, and little Bobby Davros, unfortunately, sort of got kabloomed. So it's... Anyway, that's what happens. He gets there before, and basically he sets himself up as the new Davros, even to the point of going around in the chair.
Sorvad.
Yeah, he calls himself Sorvad. I mean,
apparently it is tradition on Skaro to name someone in the family the reverse of another person's name.
However, long-time readers of Doctor Who magazine will know that Sorvad was responsible for some of the back page nonsense. I used to love Sorvad's pages. And yes, he had the top half was a Dalek and the bottom half was legs. So there's that. Oh, my giddy aunt. During the second episode, his interference, well, the ripples start to spread out. Because he's obviously changed established history. He's creating the Daleks to obey him, yet they seem a bit... Not initially. Sorry, go on.
So he takes over the role of the creator, but also improves on the design, so that previous battles they would have lost, they now win.
Yes, I'm guessing so.
Well, there's reference to one of the references the Fourth Doctor makes when he's...
Oh, yes. Basically, the space rockets from Hyperion.
That's the one.
Basically, there was the invasion of Venus, and they were defeated by the space rockets of Hyperion, whose...
But they weren't defeated.
Hulls were... Hang on a second, I've got to get right there. Hulls were made of metal resistance to Dalek firepower. Yes! I have no life! So... and the repercussions start to come out now. It's the old pebble thrown in the pond. He then decides he's going to, because he's arrived there earlier and set the Daleks up a bit earlier. He's all ready and waiting for when the Fourth Doctor turns up with Sarah and Harry. Yeah. Was it 20 Daleks kill them?
He gets a lot of enjoyment out of replaying the recording.
Oh, yeah, he just watches it on repeat over and over and over again. The thing about Jacoby's Master is... I'm trying to think of the word... I had the word yesterday.
He delights in being evil.
He's bumptious.
Yeah.
That's the word that sprang to mind listening to him. He's bumptious. He's not...
an exuberant, evil bastard. And we love him.
Yeah. And he's always several steps ahead. He instigates a plan in, I think maybe it's the third or final episode, which is merely to get to the next part of another plan. It's he's several steps ahead of everybody.
It's not as good as Geoffrey Beevers, who outplanned himself in was it The Lair of the White Worm or whatever it was, and the Kral two-part of the Fourth Doctor and Leela, where he planned so well. The maximum him about getting dizzy if he tried to walk in a straight line is perfect. He overplans it and it goes very wrong as a result, which is almost what happens here. Because Daleks are Daleks.
He does outplan himself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's in a more literal sense. I mean, in this particular instance, his plan is just too good. He does succeed in wiping out the universe, taking over the whole universe, using the Daleks.
I wrote a Doctor Who story, a Doctor Sinister story several years ago, where Doctor Sinister does indeed succeed in conquering the world, and then gets very bored.
And that's what happens.
Yes.
I mean, it's the ultimate end to this sort of thing. Well, what do you do once you've done it?
Yeah.
You know?
What's
the universe is a very large piece of real
game?
estate. Exactly. What are you going to do? Just sit there? Do paperwork? You know? Unless you're so vainglorious that you're going to trump yourself around all the various planets of your universal empire.
Oh, I'd do that.
Yeah, you would actually. Let's be honest.
Similar, but there's another character in this story in an alternative universe who I'm not going to give away spoilers.
Yes, played by Sam Kisgard,
who suffers a similar fate.
Yes,
and ends up sitting around for 10,000 years being bored.
Well, we can say who it is. It's the alternative master from the Unbound series, played by Sam Kisgard. Marvellous old actor Sam Kisgard. One of those actors you think should have been in Doctor Who, and probably was in Doctor Who, except he wasn't. Basically, the Unbound Master has found himself, with about 4 people left in his universe, because he got so bored one day, he killed them.
It's a shrinking universe with, I think, only the castle left.
Yeah. And to piss him off, they kill themselves, so he's got nobody else to gloat over.
And then he sits there for a couple of 100 years and then says, what if I tried to be good?
Oh, hang on a second. I've just been told something from Stargate Wars. May want to change the category. What is the category at the moment?
You have it listed as Star Trek Online.
Well, we're going to be talking about Star Trek Online and giving out a prize. We got a competition. I forgot to mention we had a competition. We got a competition. But we'll come to that after this. However, the Daleks in our universe are not happy. And these aren't the Masters Daleks. They're the original timeline Daleks who are slowly plopping out of existence. And they decide they need to get some help. So they rescue the Unbound Master from his shrinking universe, and basically they work with him to try and stop what's happening, leading to the third episode being mostly about the alternate timelines and what's going on there. You've got to slightly pay attention on that one, because the same scene sort of repeats over and over. It's really well done.
I have a very small problemette with that episode.
Do tell.
Now, I don't remember where I heard this or where I read this, but I was under the impression that the Doctor Who universe, that reality, was the only one that had a Gallifrey.
No, the Gallifrey box sets have shown that there are multiple Gallifreys in different universes.
Okay, that's fine then. I withdraw my criticism.
Okay. But in fact, that's mostly what the last Gallifrey set was about. So, and the last episode is about them all setting things to rights. Well, I'm not going to tell you how, because Brian hasn't listened to the last half of it.
No, please, go ahead. Tell them how.
No, I'm not going to. It's a spoiler. I want them to go out and listen to it. Guys, what do you think? Good? Bad?
Amazing.
Awesome and long.
Epic.
Yeah, it is a 4-hour story. There's that, but I binged it.
I was
amazing.
A little bit when you asked me to listen to this, I was but there was a very small part of me that thought, holy shit, that's 4 hours long.
Sorry.
How am I going to find the time to do that?
Oh Lord.
It did entail me staying up till 2:00 in the morning on 2 consecutive nights, but once I got sucked in,
I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologise. For I have been introduced to the War Master, and I will be buying the rest.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that. There you go, guys. We've got your one customer.
Jacoby in this is amazing, and there's one particular bit. There's a scene where he submits his companion to a process, and the shriek of pure evil, unadulterated laughter that emits is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just and the language in this story, the exuberance of this totally evil person. I've never really, apart from maybe Delgado's Master, I've never really bought into the Master to the degree that I buy into the Daleks. But this is my Master. He is absolutely fantastic. And as a final note, the mangled quotations from Genesis of the Daleks, just this thing is just amazing.
I have to admit, I thought they possibly overstated the quotations.
I liked it. I liked the references. I thought it was good.
But I mean, I tuned in listening, thinking we were going to get the soundscape from Genesis like they did with the Davros thing. Because this is before Davros, and it's not quite. I probably didn't notice it if it is there.
They have sound effects from the bunker.
Oh yes.
The scanning devices and things like that.
That's what you have on the loop to relax, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Sound effects and atmosphere from the bunker.
Yes. And there's also a reference, I believe, to an etheric beam locator.
Oh yes. Ah dear. They're very pert. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. Like I say, I binge watched this, binge listened to this. Yeah, that. It was. This is one I recommend you go out and get it. I mean, Brian, I checked with you if you'd seen Genesis of the Daleks beforehand, and you said yes, but a long time back or something.
Yeah, I watched it again last weekend though.
Okay.
I think for Siobhan and I, this runs in our blood, doesn't it? Genesis of the Daleks. We're always quoting stuff at each other about this.
Oh really?
Oh really? That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're quite bad when it comes to the Genesis of the Daleks quotes. Only when we get together. But yeah, it can get quite bad. I'm pretty sure we could act out entire episodes.
Well, definitely the album.
Oh yes, definitely the album version. Oh, that's a point. I'll need Series 12 Blu-ray. They've got the omnibus edition of Genesis of the Daleks from the holiday thing, which I've got to watch. I'm hoping they do the same with the Sea Devils. I really am. That'll be good. Hey, Sister Christian's made a comment. Well, that does sound like something to listen to. I've got a lot of travelling to do. Sinister's recommendation is great. There is a bunker. Well, I'm glad you've pictures with words. Yes, quite. It is pictures with words. They do an amazing job. Yes. Yeah, so War Master, Anti-Genesis, go out and get it. You'll enjoy it. It is a good one. It's not what you think it's going to be, and it's fun. And hats off to Sam Kisgard. Lovely, slimy, yet cosy villain. Does that make sense?
I got to the end of episode 2 and I was looking at the cover art thinking that's him, Sam. I'm thinking when's he turning up then? And he does turn up.
Oh, and not half. Great entrance.
Yes.
I love the fact he wiped everybody out and then the guys, to spite him, killed themselves.
Yeah.
Genius. Absolute genius. So anyway, that's that. Let's move on now. There's a new series of Doctor Who starting in about 4 or 5 days.
Yay!
Series 38, 39? I can't remember. Hang on a second. I think it's series 38. I could be wrong. Anyway, what are we hoping for this year? Be nice.
That they're not going to try quite so hard as they did last year.
That's a good way of putting things.
I would like some proper Daleks.
Proper Daleks.
I believe they've said the Daleks will not be appearing this season.
Yeah, but they're going to say that anyway. Should point out that we need to make this a spoiler-free conversation. Okay, there's some people who are complete spoiler-phobes and just mention stuff like that might just upset them. I knew I was going to get there. Bear P42, better writing. Benny Boy says, consistent writing and a consistent Doctor. Interesting.
There's two things I'd like to see in addition to proper Daleks, and I don't know if we're getting proper Daleks or not. I just like Daleks.
Oh yes.
I would like some character development for police lady woman. Whatever her
Yes,
name is.
you mean she made that big an impact on you, did she? Good.
Well, she just ended up sitting in the background doing admin a lot of the time. And
the lot of the police officer nowadays, dear me.
Well, she had an entire episode in the first season, though.
Yeah, but not as much as Bradley Walsh.
Well, it's Bradley Walsh. Come on.
I know. I'd also like some more timey-wimey stuff. I like timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah, timey-wimey stuff is good, but let's play devil's advocate there. Moffat possibly overdid it, and a lot of stupid people complained.
Moffat had Matt Smith bouncing around through time like it was no effort at all. Maybe not quite to that degree,
right?
But I'd like a little bit more timey-wimey kind of stuff.
Getting over Grace. That's a valid one.
Well, they've sort of put that one to bed, I think. I hope. I do hope they put that one to bed and they can show Graham and Ryan moving on. We need some.
Yes, a multi-Doctor story would be amazing.
Oh, multi-Doctor story. Can I be the first Doctor, please? I'm going to ask that every time.
Maybe. You know the villain guy that we saw for 5 seconds in the Rosa Parks episode?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the bounty hunter everyone wants to punch.
The bland guy.
The bland guy who just was there just to mess with history just because.
Slotted in, yeah.
That might be a nice little running theme. Just a thought.
Either him or someone like him.
Yeah, because he was or an agency. Yeah, he was a bit like he was a bit of a throwaway character because he wasn't that important to the plot.
Do you know I'd like to see explored?
Go on.
The Time Agency.
Captain Jack's agency.
Yeah, the Time Agency.
Maybe
remember, there's an awful lot of these time wrist thingies going around.
Maybe this guy could be a rogue time agent.
Toothy McGee, says Biddy Boy.
I'd like to see
more of those two people. No.
I'd like to see more of Jodie Whittaker's nose. I like
Somebody
her nose.
said that about Adric's nose once in Doctor Who Monthly.
Adric's nose I can do without, but Jodie Whittaker's got a nice nose.
Who's playing with a
like to see
balloon?
more Jodie Whittaker.
Who's playing with a balloon?
What?
I can hear somebody playing with a balloon.
A balloon?
A balloon. Sounds like it.
I have a cat scratching a scratching pole behind me.
We shall see. How is Whistler?
She's fine.
Good. This is what I like to hear. She's a lovely little cat, that. Anyway, sorry. I don't know if you can actually see any of my cats here. No. Myself. I'd like to see some sort of overarching story. I mean, you could argue that Ryan and Graham's story last year was the overarching one, but that was the emotional story. I don't know. I would like to see some sort of threat. I mean, we got that throwaway line from the Ghost Monument about the timeless child. I'd like to... quite frankly, I'd love to see the return of Susan, but I don't think that's ever going to happen, unfortunately. The BBC couldn't afford the champagne. So that's what I'd like. And yeah, better writing, more consistent writing, a little bit more va-va-voom to it. A bit more pace in the actual storytelling and the character interaction. I thought it was a little bit... I've mentioned this before on the show. I thought it was a little bit staid last year. Is staid a good word?
Yeah.
We have a request for more spiders.
Benny boy, you can go stick your head in a pig. I'm going to say that. I still have trouble watching that bloody story. That was the last time I was scared by Doctor Who. There we go. Arachnids in the UK. Oh, Tom Terak, a.k.a. El Presidente, a.k.a. Man, I will be meeting at the cafe at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, which saves me doing a text. The Doctor needs to have a moment of power that terrifies the fam. Ooh, I like that.
That's a very good point, because the last time I was genuinely scared watching Doctor Who was when the Doctor managed to escape from Mars and went a bit power crazy at the end of the episode, Waters of Mars, and I thought he was genuinely losing it, and that scared me.
That was a good story.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for a Valyard moment, honestly.
I think they're
That'd
moving
be a
away
hell of
from
a
the
series,
Valyard in
though.
this one. She's just too nice to go dark like
yes.
that, I think.
Or maybe, they bring the Valyard back.
Michael Jason's still kicking
There's
around.
your multiple Doctor episode.
I wouldn't have a problem with that as a fan, but to bring back a character from a 35-year-old episode of,
exactly.
Doctor Who is, I can't really see it happening.
You never
It
know.
would need a whole new proper introduction.
Yeah.
It would need a series to introduce, and then he comes back.
But then you're going to say, well, if you're going to have the Valyard, why not just have the Master? What is it about the Valyard? All right, the Valyard's the Doctor. But just how different is he to the Master?
Well, you have the whole team TARDIS thing going on there.
Yeah, I don't see it. Somebody came up with a great idea. It's a YouTube video, and I wish to God I could give him a shout out, and I can't think of it. That was Sinister moving his chair. I think I've worked it out. It was a nice idea. Something happens. Next time the Doctor regenerates, something happens, and there are two Doctors.
Ooh.
And
Like that.
there's two
That would be
companions.
interesting.
One goes with one Doctor, one goes with the other.
Oh, what's the difference between the Doctors?
Do they leave one on the beach?
Well, it turns out that one of them ends up being a bad guy.
Yes.
Does it have a goatee?
It's like that episode of Star Trek where Kirk gets split into two. Do scratches on her face transfer from one side to the other depending on the shot?
We will get to Star Trek Online, I promise. Tom Tarak says, oh, my mic's a bit loud. I just realised how loud my mic is. Hang on, let's turn that down a bit. Way control. Tom Tarak says, we need to have a companion or two have a dramatic exit to death. What do you reckon? Should we have a death?
Bradley Walsh could die. That would be dramatic. That would have an impact. Not that I don't like him, but that would have an impact.
But one of the things that the showrunners have said is that they can't definitely kill somebody off nowadays because of the audience. Now, is that... Could the audience handle it? I don't know. Sister Christian says, more use of the interior of the TARDIS, please.
Yes, I'd like... That would be nice.
That would be amazing.
I would combine that with an idea I've just thought of. I'd like a TARDIS cat.
I used to have a cat called Woolsey. He was a tabby.
A TARDIS cat that could, and as you say, more exploration of the interior of the TARDIS, and you just got a cat hanging around.
Proper roundels, please.
How about if, since we've established now that Time Lords can change gender, that's pretty damn, there. How about we bring back the meddling nun? Are you dead? Hello?
Oh my god, I think we've killed her.
The meddling nun. That would be amazing.
That would be fucking brilliant.
The meddling nun.
Oh, this needs to be a thing. The meddling nun. Who would play her? Who would play the meddling nun?
Joanne Lumley.
I was actually thinking, dear, not Lizzie Smith. One of the old dames of theatre.
Judi Dench.
No.
Angela Lansbury.
No,
Angela Lansbury. She'd be an amazing meddling nun.
She's killed enough people already, though.
Did you ever see the Magnum crossover episode with Murder, She Wrote?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I am that old.
Any good?
Let's just say there was a party, somebody died. Except,
There's
I'm pretty
always a
sure...
party somebody dies.
Oh, Betty Boy's got a good suggestion to play the meddling nun. Betty White.
Ooh, that would be good.
Sorry, don't know who she is.
Go forth and educate
He's
yourself.
your friend.
I'm gonna Google her. Hold on.
You need to Google Betty White, love. Hang on a second, boys and girls. Let's see Dr. Sinister's reaction to Betty White.
She the Golden Girls.
She was, yes. And she just
Wow.
keeps going. I think she's powered
She's
by
97.
steam. Yeah, she's powered by
Yes.
steam. It's like Dick Van Dyke.
She's still working.
She's immortal. The only way to kill her is to take her head.
Wow. Okay. The meddling nun.
I'd like to start a campaign for the meddling nun.
Yeah,
please.
it starts here. All right, boys and girls, Twitter, Facebook, everything else like that. The meddling nun needs to be a thing.
But I need to get a percentage of the takings.
Once it's gone past the freelance peacekeeping agency, certainly. Yeah, that's got to be a thing. The meddling nun. I'm sorry. Genius. Let's talk Star Trek Online now. I'm going to leave the two of you behind on this. Star Trek Online is a fairly old, massively multiplayer online game where you pilot a starship on a sort of almost top-down view sort of thing, a 3D starship thing. You fight space battles and you improve your starship and your skills. And there's also ground stuff. Moving on. The ground thing's not too bad, but it's a bit shaky. So I played this back, well, when it was in beta, years and years and years ago. And I'm back playing it now. And I'm really enjoying it. I've got people to play it with, which makes a change. And one of them, Cyber, was amazing. You can ask him anything about it, and he'll be able to tell you the correct build, the correct this, the correct other. Oh, hang on a second, Sister Christian. There was a Simon and Simon Magnum crossover, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's look into that. Anyway, so, yeah. Now, I've recently swapped accounts. I've got a different Star Trek Online account now. And, well, how do I put this? My account is going up for begging. So we're going to have a competition. It'll be on YouTube, not on here. Now, the video of this thing, what we're doing now, is going to be transferred onto the YouTube channel. And we'll pop a link in chat so you can find where it is. And it's answers on the YouTube channel only, please, not here in chat. What I'd like to know... Remarkable. Dear bod. What I'd like to know is, what Star Trek would you be in? What colour shirt would you wear? And why? And we'll choose the best answer, and they'll win my old Star Trek Online account. Please only enter if you're going to play it, because I'm also going to chuck in an invite to this Discord server, so you can hang out with us and play with us. There's a lot of good stuff on the account, some high-level tunes, and you've got plenty of space to run your own stuff. So, we'll pop the link. Let's do the link. Shall we do the link? Let's do the link.
Googling, but go
Open
ahead.
the box.
Yes, open a box. Take the money. Hang on a second. What was I looking up?
Don't know.
Your YouTube.
My YouTube. Hooray! Any second now, you are going to hear Windsor Davis.
Lovely boy.
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Told you. I have no life. There we go. Let's just get pop, copy. Paste. There we go. It's going into chat. Or it would be. Now. There we go. That's me. Hello. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff on there. If you want, there's Hartnell stuff. There's Star Trek Online. There's City Heroes. There's Armored Warfare. But I just think it'll be fair if we held for the competition if the answers to this were online. Like I say, please only enter if you actually intend playing it. and I'll get in touch with the person who wins. And we'll announce that next Saturday. The video will be up online in a couple of hours or something like that. And I'll link it on Facebook and Twitter. So there we go. There's that. That's good, isn't it?
Very good.
Yes. Brian, are you dead?
Only
No,
from
the eyes are moving. So that's probably worms. We're going to start doing a thing. Childhood Doctor Who memories. And I'm going to start inviting people on to talk about their memories. This is a forthcoming thing. We're going to see if we can get Nick Briggs on, Kevin Davies, Gary Russell, the old school. We're not going to be talking to them about their modern work. Well, not much anyway. It won't be an interview. It's going to be just chatting to them about childhood memories. Doctor Who, maybe Christmas even. I want to just make some sort of archive of these memories, these stories. Because we've all got little things that we remember when we were little watching Doctor Who. Providing you came to it that young, obviously. Oh, God, A Fix with Sontarans. No. It's in A Fix with Sontarans, anyway. So, yeah. That's what we're going to start looking at. You've got that to come forward to next year from us. Guest voices, basically. Unless they want to go on the video and I'll replace Brian, which I think he'd be grateful for. Yeah, there we go, you see. Brian's using a laptop. How can we tell? Okay then. So
I don't know.
There's an earthquake.
We're going to fuck off. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next Saturday. I don't think Sinister will be with us, though he knows he is very welcome anytime he wants.
Yeah, I let's assume I won't be because I don't want to commit. But if I find the time, I will.
Yeah, I can't remember what we're going to be talking about next week. Did I just? No, we haven't decided what we were going to be talking about next week.
Yeah, we did. Jodie's new season.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's going to be there. Well, the first episode.
Yes.
We can discuss the first episode. That's something, and I'm sure we can come up with something else.
But if I don't return, one day I shall return. But if I don't return, thank you very much for inviting me as a guest for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, love, you are welcome absolutely any time. Like I say, I wish I still had my car so I could come and see you. I miss bean pie.
Bean pie.
Bean pie was good. Good stuff. All right, so there we go, boys and girls. Competition on the YouTube channel, which is linked in chat. And that's it. I am now going to do a really bad thing with this, because we need to go to this, and then we need to double click on this. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Wait for the hard drive to kick in.
To fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.